Take two. Okay. All right, we have started recording. This is Mike Martin. I'm here with Dave Luciano from Passion Spas. We're in the Passion Warehouse in Las Vegas, Nevada, and Dave's going to walk us through some of this outstanding product. So we're going to visit the 3 lines of hot tubs. Then we're also going to take a quick look at a swim spa, and more importantly, we're going to go over all of the marketing materials that are available for you from Passion. So the lot I just found out in visiting with Dave to really help. So this stuff should just off your floors really quick. Okay, Dave. So you want to start with the 3 different lines?
Yeah. 3 different lines. The lines we have here, the entry level, signature goes right up from there, and exclusive you find anywhere else.
So this is the open.
Our Pure series, anywhere from 50 to 56 jets.
Wow.
Waterfall on this one.
Okay.
Square foot filtration system. Right on the beach. Easy to get to, easy to pull out.
Wow.
Okay. This system comes standard with LED lights.
Both inside and outside, right?
Inside and on the outside of the cabinet as well on the corner. We also do LED lighting on all the controls up top.
Okay.
So anything you see up top, you got a controller. It's also LED.
Oh wow. Yeah, that's like right there on the diverter valve, and is that the air? That's an air valve too.
Actually, no. This is what they call aromatherapy. Remember, there's been other spas in the industry that used it.
Oh, wow.
We use a blower system in here that allows the aromatherapy with the beads, the spa beads.
Okay.
To enter into the jet through the jet system and give aromatherapy.
Wow, and that's standard even on the opening price point?
Yep.
That's very cool.
Also standard on the opening price point is a Corona Discharge Ozone.
Okay.
Which is standard. 5 horsepower pump and a 3/4 horsepower 56 frame circulation. So everything in our series has a circulation motor. And the reason why is we get 24-hour filtration. It is separated from the pump, which means it runs even when the pump's on. It's still filtering and circulating inside.
Awesome.
So it's consistently cleaning the water. We have probably one of the best cleaning systems out in the industry. But in retrospect to that, it needs to be cleaned more often as well, the filter, because the filter is really doing its job.
Right.
So every 2 to 3 weeks, you want to clean your filter system.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you don't, it'll read a dry error on the code.
Okay. Yeah, it's funny because I have a Caldera, and I clean the filters like once every 3 or 4 months because I guess you're right. It doesn't really do what it's supposed to do. Yep. Okay. And this is what was this model again?
This one is the Refresh.
Right.
It's the 79 inches by 79 inches
with
a lounger.
And the other one that we're looking at, this is the no lounger version.
This is the Rewind.
Right.
The Rewind is it's our number 1 selling. One of the reasons is that I'm 5'10", which isn't very tall, but this will fit a 6'4" person. I mean, if you can see me, I'm sunk in here.
Yeah.
So even a big person can fit in here as well as the smaller people as well. So it's very universal on the height seating of the height. And getting in and out. Very easy.
Yeah, and what I find really amazing about both of these tubs is that if you're looking at the jet count, it's got a huge jet count. More importantly, the retail is what's the cost of this? Like $3,000 or $29.99 or something?
Landed, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Every Passion Spa, because of the special container program, every spa is actually delivered direct to the dealer. There's all deliveries, duty fees, everything's paid. All they got to do is unload it, and they got to unload it within 2 hours because that's how containers work. So you just can't take your time with it.
Mike's an understanding guy on that.
Yeah, I understand it because I do so much importing, and I understand how containers work. But stop and think about that. For $29.99, yeah, and that comes with a cover, which we'll get into the cover in a couple minutes. But more importantly, you can retail this for $59.99 all day long. Even if you put it on sale for $49.99, you're still hitting a 40% margin. You know, and that's all in with ozonator, indoor lights, outdoor lights, cover, Balboa digitals, everything. So that's a great opening price point for any dealer. Aromatherapy. I mean, this should be on everybody's floor. Chrome jets, and
all the jets are threaded. You can.
Oh, cool.
No
so they're not going to pop out.
They're not going to pop out. Now, the nice thing about our threaded jets is, unlike a lot of people's threaded jets, when you do ours for opening and closing, because every jet turns on and turns off, when the jet is tight all the way to the end, that's when the jet is on.
Right.
When you quarter turn it back, that's when it turns off.
Okay.
Now, the good thing about that is you don't have people. A lot of other companies will do it the opposite direction, where when you turn it to the left, it's on, and when you put it down, it's off.
Okay.
Now, the problem with that is most people don't even realize it's on all the way, and they start unscrewing the whole thing, and that's the problem when it goes in the opposite direction.
Ah, got it. That's pretty smart.
Yeah. So this, just so people know, and if somebody says, I don't know how to turn my jet all the way on, well, just tighten it till it doesn't tighten no more. Then it's going to be on fully.
Got it. You know what else I like too? Look at these flipping pillows. I mean, these are really, really well done.
Yeah, the pillow headrest is a big deal. I mean, to me in the industry, I would have to say that when you get into these price points like this, you lose pillows. That's the first thing that goes.
I know. I know.
Because they're like $15-20 a piece.
Yeah. Yeah, and you know they stay on really well.
Yes.
I noticed that. Are they peg construction?
They're peg construction, and basically just pegged in the back. You put them and punch them in.
Yep, perfect. That's exactly what you want. You don't want suction cups, and you don't want stuff that's going to deteriorate from ozone. And these are these neoprene or?
They're like the Croc shoes.
Right. That's okay. Yeah, perfect.
I think they're made. Actually, I believe they're made at the same place they make Croc. Or Canada and stuff like that.
Sure. Okay.
So every spinner jet, every barrel jet, there's a combination of all the same, just like any other tub, the same size jet will fit in any hole.
Perfect.
It means the same size.
So
hole.
can you interchange them then?
Yes, you can. And we have pulsator jets, we have barrel jets. Every pulsator jet we have, if you look in there, we don't use bearings.
Right.
It's got a titanium shaft. Right, the titanium shaft never seizes up, never has problems with BBs shooting all over the tub and having problems with bearings.
I remember those. Yeah, well, Dave and I have been in this business for well over 30 years, so I think we've seen just about everything. A lot. Okay, so let's move on to the next series.
The next series we go to is our signature series. And in our signature series, we jump up to another pump. So it's got 2 5-horsepower pumps.
So 2 5-horsepower pumps, and it also has the same 3/4 recirc pump?
Yes, same 3/4 recirc pump and
okay.
a blower.
And a blower. Wow.
Now, when we jump up to this system, we go into our skimmer bar.
I know, I saw that today, and I think that's so cool.
So our filter set here, it's a float-up filter, what they call a vortex filter system. And actually, I have to say, this is probably the best idea for us.
Oh, yeah. It's a spa table.
Yeah, a spa table where it's useful, which means over top of the filter, because you can't do anything else.
Right.
In this area.
And it saves room because there's a lot of spa tables that people have to mount in the footwell, and really, it never works.
No.
Yeah, so, I mean, that's pretty smart. So what else have we got here? Do I see sound systems?
Yeah, the Signature series jumps up to standard, having a sound system, which is Bluetooth.
Perfect.
And 2 speakers.
Mm-hmm.
The pillow headrest light up.
Really?
It's dual color headrest. The gray and the light gray and the dark gray. Bigger therapy jets. And we also go into the rolling massage jet, which is in all of our Signature series. Now, what the rolling massage jet does is it's like a masseuse. A masseuse rolls up your back when they do a massage. It takes the blood circulation, bringing it up the back. Now, a very similar jet to this in the industry is from Vita Spas. Vita Spas makes a similar system. It's their
I remember them.
Yeah, their #1 selling tub in their series that has this jet.
Awesome.
And the reason why is that we all understand, if we've been in the business for a long time, that Whirlpool jets are actually the most intense best therapy you're going to get.
Correct.
It's 180 gallons of water a minute.
Wow.
It's hot, right? So when you're sitting in here, this hits the tailbone right in the lower back. Most people carry most of their pressure and their pain in their lower back.
I know. L4, L5. I had the surgery.
Exactly. I'm ready to have the surgery. I have this spa, my personal spa. This spa, it's all open seat. This is called our Joy. It's our #1 selling spa in the series, and it has the rolling massage. Hit your tailbone, and if you look at the way this is designed, and Mike will show you, is it has a pattern where it goes up.
Oh, that's why. Okay.
So when the jet hits your tailbone, it comes back into here, ripples up the back, so it creates a vibration.
Oh, wow.
And it goes up into your shoulders and up into your neck and shoulders.
Oh,
So
that's very cool.
by pushing back into the seat, it literally goes up into a chamber and creates an intense, unbelievable back massage. And I'll tell you right now, if you have a wet model in your showroom and you get a person in this, they're going to be sold every time, especially if they have lower back pain. If you have lower back pain, this is absolutely, and I don't say this because I sell passion. I say this because I like the therapy.
Right.
And that's the best therapy seat I've ever been in.
And I like the wide open footwell too.
Wide open footwell, nothing to interfere. Some people might say, well, I like the foot jets and this and that. Well, take your shafts in the seat, turn sideways, get yourself some foot jets.
Yeah. But we also have tons of spas that have foot jets too.
As well.
Yeah. Yeah. And so once again, all the Passion spas, they're going to come with the interior lighting, the exterior lighting. This one here is going to have lit headrests. And I really like this filter table. That is just really slick. Plus you've got Bluetooth stereo, and there is an ability to Wi-Fi as well. Although I can tell you from experience, when it comes to Wi-Fi distancing, no matter what you do, you got to be really close to any hot tub to get the Wi-Fi to work. So it's not something you're going to be able to sit upstairs in your bedroom and turn it on. And besides that, don't we have enough Wi-Fi anyway?
We do have enough Wi-Fi.
Yeah. So
the #1 problem with putting Wi-Fi in a tub, and it's not just Passion spots, it's every spa in the industry, is that Wi-Fi module has to get through the cabinet.
Right.
For some reason, PVC is a lot harder to get through.
Well, of course it is.
Than anything else. So your Wi-Fi has to be very close to the tub for it to actually connect.
Right, and that's what I mean. There's really no reason to use it. I mean, you've got everything else here that you could possibly want. Is there aromatherapy in this one too?
Yeah.
Right here, right?
Aromatherapy.
And it lights up.
Yep.
I mean, man, that is really slick.
Now, another feature of going up to the Signature series is we don't use just Corona Discharge Ozone anymore.
You don't?
Now we go into our Synergy system. Synergy system is UV and Corona combined. Now, UV on its own does 99.9% of any bacteria in the water.
Yep.
But when you back it up with Corona Discharge, that literally takes care of everything in the water. Biggest problem with UV in itself, and Jacuzzi and Sundance both found this out, was that you can't just use UV itself. And the reason why is because there's bacteria that it kills that's so microscopic it gets through the filter. The problem with that is that your water, it's not that it's not doing its job, it's just getting through, and the water gets cloudy because you got a lot of dead bacteria that's
right. Of course.
So with an ozone backup, ozone's O3. O3 is very unstable. When ozone comes into contact with anything, it explodes it, it destroys it. So the UV, it passes through the UV bulb, goes into the Corona Discharge mixing chamber, and literally gets sterilized 100% and gets rid of the bacteria in the water. The filter is just taking out body oils and different things, and cosmetics and stuff that come off your body.
Okay. That makes total sense.
The UV ozone system is by far the best sterilization sanitation system in the spa industry. Even Jacuzzi and Sundance dealers that use it, although Sundance and Jacuzzi don't give you a Corona Discharge, every dealer I know of adds a Corona on it when it gets to their showroom.
Of course. That would make sense.
It's because it's a better system.
Yeah, and you want it to be clean.
Yeah.
All right, so then we go to from this series we go to the top of the line.
More jets, more pumps.
Yep.
More features with the rolling massage, which is exclusive, and then more sanitation sterilization systems.
Okay.
Better filtration systems.
Yep. So this is like we already talked about good. And this is the signature series here.
So this is our joy number 1. Number 2 and close number 1 is our what we call our pleasure. Now this is a 6.5 by 7 foot spa. Now
Sure.
I think this is a wonderful spa for the reason is it comes with a lounger. All of our spas have, and I wish I could show you and you sat in it, but everything has lower lumbar support. It's all designed in it.
Oh, perfect.
Literally designed by an orthopedic surgeon. Now, when you sit in these seats dry, and this is no joke, this is the only tub I've ever sat in dry where I could say, holy crap, this is just comfortable.
So then if you were going to set up a showroom floor, which you would have this as a dry spa.
Yes.
And then would you have that one over there with water?
I'd have one with water, one dry.
Yeah. Yeah.
And this one I'd have dry.
Yep. So they can sit in the lounge, because people who want to lounge really need to sit in it. And, you know, one thing we learned a long time ago in this business, if it doesn't feel comfortable dry, it's not going to feel comfortable wet.
This is true.
Yep. So this is a very nice spa. So this is also in the signature series.
Yes.
And we're looking at retail of like about $7,000, which
you're landing this for $39.90.
Yeah. Yeah. And so, you know, you can go 8,000 on this. Once again, you know, I always look at a high-low strategy. So, you know, I'd mark this thing up at $9,000 and then put it on sale for $7,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now we also show the full line of what we call signature series spas.
Yep. Now this is one of the point of purchase displays that is available to a dealer, and the signature series. You see, it's got a nice stand, and then you can just like walk across with your customer the entire series. It's going to be, there might be a little sun coming in through the window, so I'm going to try to get it from this angle here. So it's a really, really impressive point of sale display, because Passion's committed to giving the dealer everything they need to be super successful in this program. Now we're going to move up to the exclusive series, which I don't know if I can hold the camera high enough so you can actually see everything here. But let's talk about the color coding, which I think you've got that page in the brochure open.
I do. Now, in the color coding, the way we do this is that we try to make this as simple as possible for your salespeople. And it's kind of like the phrase, keep it simple, stupid, right? Because we all know that we all have really good sales guys, but anytime a new product comes in or something comes in that's new to them, they've got to learn all the features and the benefits.
Right. That's what we're here for.
It's all about what best story wins, we always say, right?
Yep.
And it does. The best story does win. But to get that story down, we need cheat sheets, basically, more than anything.
Okay.
So we've designed a system that's got it like a cheat sheet. Now, I don't have them on here right now because I couldn't find them, but I will.
There's decals that are available that kind of explain
every section.
Yep. Yep. And this is available this is actually out of the dealer brochure, which is, I'll tell you, it's a book. I've never seen a full color brochure that was so impressive. And so basically all the jets are color coded, and I'm going to kind of swing over here and see if I can we'll start down here. You can see like you've got orange jets here. And what does the orange jets do, Dave?
Well, orange jets, if you look in here, and there'll be a sticker right here that we'll put on. It's big enough for everybody to see, and it's an orange sticker. And anything in the spa that's an orange jet is intense therapy zone.
Okay.
Now, we know that most people carry most of the pressure in their body in their lower back.
Right.
So what we do is we put pulsation therapy jets in the bottom here.
Okay.
And we allow 5 horsepower pump to go all to this seat down below.
Wow.
So it just literally rips into the lower back, giving the most intense pressure massage that you can possibly have.
Got it.
Now, when the sticker's there, it's a reminder to your salespeople, what is this? What's this orange one?
Right. So it's basically point of sale decals that will call
Exactly.
that will call out.
Call out.
And the dealers would really like to have that, because anything we can do to make it easier, for the sale, it helps us all.
Yep. Then we have red. Red, just like in the signature series, the exclusive series also has rolling massage. Anywhere you see a red jet, and like in here, I want to show you this because it's just an example. You'll see red jets right here in the lounger, right?
Okay, let me see if I can get there. See the red jets that are in the lounger.
Now, the reason we do that is because these red jets don't just come up and hit you like this. They literally go up the body.
Oh, cool.
They go at an angle where it's going up
Got
the
it.
calf.
Mm-hmm.
It's going up the hamstring.
Yep.
Right? So everything is rolling up the body when it's called aqua rolling massage. Now, the next is levitation. If you look at the brochure, we do have a levitation bed. And I don't think anybody's gotten that, but it is a very unique feature.
Let me scan once again, this is the POP. So you can get a good idea, excuse my finger, but you can get a good idea of exactly what you'll have on your showroom floor and exactly what Passion's committed to helping you, sell products and be very successful.
Okay, from here we go to the blue section. Now on blue is considered waterfall massage.
Yeah, and that's when I first saw this. I looked at these. I got to show these right here. I mean, I looked at this. I said, "Is that an air dial, Dave?" And he just said, "No, it's a pop-up waterfall."
So if you look at the brochure, you can see they come up in an arc. They're ribbon. They're like a ribbon waterfall, right?
Yeah, that's cool.
So what it does is all 5 of these pop up, and they act as like a massage. When they hit your back, and it's hot water caressing the back of your neck and shoulders.
Man.
So anything that's blue is going to be waterfall massage.
Mm-hmm.
The next thing we go to is green zone, which is therapy wave zone.
Okay.
Now, anything that's green in the spa has therapy wave zone.
Right, and I'll kind of zoom in on these. You can see the green jets, the color green right there, and that also corresponds to the POS because there'll be a decal here that explains it, and it also corresponds to the brochure, and it also corresponds to the point of sale that you'll see right here. That kind of goes over every one of these features.
Now, I like to emphasize the exclusive series comes with exclusive features.
Okay.
Which means you won't find any of these things anywhere else in the industry.
Well,
and that's really what sets it aside from everywhere else. And again, that's why a person would come up to this. Now we have a dome jet in the middle. We've got full body massages in the seat, which are incredible.
How many jets are in this?
This has got 110. So this also comes with 3 5-horsepower pumps, a circulation motor, UV ozone, which is called our Synergy system,
Mm-hmm.
A circulation motor, like I said, LED lights inside out, some of the highest quality features in a hot tub. And you'll see there's a lot of a few diverters. Now, we like to allow people to put pressure in area to get full body massage.
Right.
Full
but also the advantage, too, is that you can dial it up or dial it down.
Yes.
So
There's
it's
a lot of control in it.
Exactly. And that's what you want, especially if you're looking for a real people who are in this market want real therapy. And that's exactly what this exclusive collection delivers is real therapy. So then retail is just like $15,000.
Well, you land it for $54.99.
So you can sell this for $99.99 and be like at a pretty much like a 45
premium tub for
yeah. I mean, I'd throw it on my floor for $15,000.
I don't have dealers sell this for less than 12 to 12.9.
That's what I thought. So I mean, you can throw this up at $15,000 and sell it for like 13. And God, what a margin! You're more than Keystone. That's just impressive.
Now, all of our tubs come with walk-on deluxe covers, which
Yep.
are 5 to 4 inch covers, and you can walk on them.
Yep, we'll show that in a second. But before we run over to the swimmer, let's look at some other point of sale material right here.
I'd like to go through.
Yeah,
Because this to me is what makes our spas some of the best quality spas in the industry.
okay.
So, one, I know we go to professional design. Everything's ergonomically designed. It's designed on computer CAD programs. We have skimmer bar systems. We also have a family entertainment station, which also comes with, and what it is, it's an iPad holder. And it snaps to the skimmer bar, and it holds an iPad in it.
Huh.
So it doesn't move. So that also comes with it.
Oh my God.
I don't have one here, but
No, I get it. I mean, and that's why you don't have to have everything on your floor, but when you buy a few containers, you can get something like this. And like I said, Passion's committed to helping you be successful.
so precision engineering. So just the simplest stuff, like on the leak-proof connections that are glued and not clamped, but actually hose clamp. We don't use pressure clamps. Every clamp is hand tightened, which nobody likes to do because it takes way too much time, right? All of our covers are safety walk-on, or safety covers. You look, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys standing on that cover right now.
Yep, and then I see you've got the acrylic that has the reinforcement with the polyester and vinyl ester resin.
Yep, vinyl ester is the same product that Sundance and Jacuzzi both use vinyl ester.
Yep,
it is the most structural, flexible reinforcement you can put behind acrylic.
Yep, and then I love this part here, the whole synthetic structure, because there's no wood in this hot tub. Sure. Okay, we're going to run over here real quick.
So, in every spa we use synthetic framing.
Oh, so this isn't even wood.
No, it's not even wood. There's not a stitch of wood inside here. It's all synthetic.
There's nothing to go rot.
Everything on the bottom is fiberglass. This is a fiberglass.
Right, it's a fiberglass pan. Sure.
Right? The pumps inside, everything. The plumbing is all hose clamp instead of glue. I mean, instead of a pressure clamp. Not only that, if you look at where our manifolds are, show them down here, Mike.
Okay.
All our manifolds are based off the bottom, foamed in.
Got it.
We don't hang them up and down, because when you hang a manifold up and down, that's where all the weight is.
Right. Yeah, it's gonna jump.
So.
And then it's gonna get distressed, and then when that happens.
Now, insulation. So that's important too, because that comes down to precision engineering. We use a high-density closed cell foam around the shell itself,
right?
Which is so hard it would hurt you when you put
it looks like 7 or 8 pound density for sure, which is actually construction grade foam.
Yep. So we wrap the shell with a 1/4 inch, which, if you understand foam and how it works, foam after a certain point is redundant.
Right.
Take a styrofoam cup.
I know you're going with this, because we used to do that years ago. You're in the showroom, you take a coffee cup, you pour a cup of coffee, then you take another cup and you put it underneath. Then by the time you get to the 3rd cup, you can't even feel the heat.
No, even after the 2nd one, you won't.
Yeah, exactly.
So at this point, that's all the foam you need to keep heat in the shell.
Right.
Heat rises. It doesn't come out the side.
Yeah, plus it's also not as environmentally destructive.
Yes.
And I remember, the full foam tubs, and back in our Clearwater days, we had this picture of a brand X, let's say, where all the foam was falling out of it because they couldn't find the leak.
Exactly.
It was like a whole mountain of foam.
Yep.
And so that's the disadvantage of full foam. As long as you have no wood, which you don't, and the pan is incredible, because everybody else just takes a piece of plastic, and not even plastic. They staple ABS. Yeah. They take a thin sheet of ABS, and then they staple gun it to the bottom, and that's supposed to protect everything.
Wood.
Yeah, which it doesn't do that.
Yeah, it's wood.
Yeah.
And anytime you're going into wood and you're putting a hole in it, that wood's gonna rot.
Yep. And that's why this is all 100% no wood construction.
No wood construction. Not only that, we look at this. We use a Mylar bubble blanket. Now, that's the 2nd layer of insulation.
Got it.
That Mylar bubble blanket takes the heat from the motors, which is 112 degrees, which blows out regardless of what we do. And that's why we use a circ motor. That circ motor is constantly running, creating heat.
Right.
Inside.
And that's what makes the system so energy efficient, because you've got the circ motor, and also there are heat sticks, which back in my LifeSmart days, we used to use that to heat a 110 tub, where because a pump will generate over 1 kilowatt of heat. So by having that heat stick, it captures that heat, puts it back in the tub, so the heater runs less, meaning that the spa costs less to operate.
Exactly.
It's just simple math.
So when we run the hot tub and it's moving and it's circulating air inside that gets trapped, when we turn a Venturi, which is, we all know, air mixture water, 50% air, 50% water, Venturi, that is coming from that 112 degree air inside the cavity. Look at the fit and finish.
Oh, yeah.
There's not a gap in these things.
And you know why? Because the European market is really demanding.
Oh my God.
And Passion is the #1 manufacturer in Europe.
We'll do 17,000 spas in Europe this year alone.
Yep. And that's in Europe. And so this is a great opportunity for the USA. I mean, right now the spas are made overseas and shipped by container because Passion's just starting to expand in the U.S. So it's a great time for dealers to get on board because first of all, Passion is already poised where they have a large facility in Michigan that once the volume's there, they're looking at manufacturing right here. So that's another reason to get on board because this is a ground floor opportunity with costing and margins that I've been doing this for over 30 years and I haven't seen margins like this. So anyway,
at least not for the quality.
No, especially the quality. I mean, I go back to this opening price point, and I don't think anyone sells this for $29.99 wholesale with Balboa digitals, aromatherapy, indoor and outdoor lighting. Fit and finish is just incredible, as you can see.
We had some
Pillows.
big dealers that were carrying other lines, LPI and stuff like that. And they said, you know what, for basically the same prices we're paying for those, and we buy the LPI because of the price. Right? Mm-hmm. And they said, but for the price, you're right there on the price. But I can actually open up a side panel on your cabinet and people can look inside and it's clean and it looks good. It looks nice. I could never do that with those.
No.
Plywood bottoms, they've got.
And that's the thing. I mean, wood rots. I don't care if it's pressure treated. First of all, when you cut something, it's not pressure treated anymore.
No, it isn't.
And a lot of people don't realize that when they talk about a pressure treated frame. It just doesn't work. Unless you dip the ends in sealant, it's not pressure treated anymore. So then let's go back to the point of sale.
Remember, synthetic framing, but if you look on here, and it's hard to see on the picture, we have pillar construction, but the pillar's built into the pad.
Sure. Which
means that ABS, that fiberglass resin bottom literally has pillars that come up to the shell, and every bottom is made for every shell. So it's literally precision support for the tub itself. Protection, we have over 4,000 square feet of parts and parts here in Michigan.
Yep, and that's what the dealers are always asking. You know, where are the parts? Where are the parts? You know, what's the warranty? And so, you know, there are parts, there are people here that can help solve any problem. So let's go to the other side.
Okay. So physical therapy, we went through some of the great levitation beds, the intense therapy zones, the stuff we do to make it better therapy. Because we all know everybody has hot water and jets. There's no person out there that does not have hot water and jets. The heat sticks, all right? What this is called is dual source heating.
Right.
Now, the way that works is we have a coupling. That coupling is green, and it's got these little teeth inside. Now, the way this works is like you said, Dreammaker used to do this, and they use nothing but this to heat their hot tub. Now, when you go like this, you're going to get heat.
Well, at LifeSmart, that's all we use.
Yeah. So that gives you heat, right?
Mm-hmm.
When the water, every pump inside of a Passion Spa has a heat stick on it. So when the water gets going and jets by, when do you lose heat in your hot tub? When you're using it. That's the number one time.
Well, yeah, because the heat goes through the top.
Exactly. And that's the number one time the heating element turns on. The most expensive thing to run in your tub is the heater. Element,
yeah.
Right? So when that thing runs, if we can do something. So here's what I say. Passion is the only spa I know of in the industry that utilizes every bit of energy that the spa produces on its own to create an energy source.
Got it.
It's like taking water, putting a water mill on it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. The water is naturally just doing its thing. But if you put something on that spins a wheel, all of a sudden now you're utilizing the power of the water.
Got it. Okay, sure.
So we're doing the same thing, right? We do it by capturing the heat inside the cabinet and utilizing that heat to inject into the air venturi so you don't cool the water down from outside.
Yep. And then this goes over the minimum maintenance that we've already talked about, but this is what you want to have on your floor.
So always remember that when we filter water, it goes through the circulation motor, through the ozone and the UV, and through the filter. So it's a constant circulation this way. It's not part of the pump system.
Right.
So
okay.
It's on its own unique system. So it literally filters the water, 100% filtration skimmer capture, which means it's filtering the water all the damn time. There's not a time it's not.
That makes sense. Okay.
Where on other spas, if you use the pump to do it, you're bypassing.
Right.
So you have to stop the filter from doing what it's doing to make the jets.
So that's why it's 100% filtration all the time.
Yes.
Yep, got it. Okay, so we're gonna run over to the cover. Yeah, we're here in the warehouse, but this is how they come. I mean, they're padded really nice. They're strapped to a very clean pallet, and you can beat on it and it's fine. Is this the back here or the front? That's the front. Okay, do we got one with the back? There we go. That's what I was looking for. This gives you an idea of the pan that we were talking about. Yep. And see, it's a molded pan. You probably can't see the depth, but it's a molded pan. And now, yeah, exactly.
Places to put the forks in.
Right. And I'll tell you something. Everybody likes that. Like you can see, there's on the pallet. There's forklift grades. All right, you want to hop up there? Look at this cover. That's a heck of a cover. You can walk on it, and it's yeah.
I'm 190.
And you know something? Covers like this cost money, and this is included. It's included in every spa. Yep, it's a standard thing. And then if you look inside, tell us about the vapor lock here, where it prevents vapor drive.
It's got an extra bladder inside the fold, so it seals the two halves together instead of allowing the heat out of the center. We not only do it on the outside here to stop it from getting out this way, we also do it in the center stop from getting out of the middle.
Got it. And that's incredible. It just is. And then over here you can see here's a heat reflective panel.
Now the panels are all heat reflective.
Yep.
They're all the same way.
God, they're heavy too. And that's the good thing about not having wood.
So let me tell you something about our panels. I live here in Las Vegas. I've lived here for 2 years. My biggest dealer in the country is right here. He sells a few hundred of our spas a year. He has Artesian, he has Coast, he has different brands. And the number one problem he deals with here, and I understand, when it gets 115 degrees, I'm sorry, panels warp.
Of course they do.
I mean, they're made in heat situations.
I mean, ask any dealer in Arizona or New Mexico. They can tell you the same thing.
Yep. He's got 2 of his brands warp every day, all the time in the heat.
Mm-hmm.
But he says, I got to give it to you. Your spas, once they're outside, they're fine. He says, I don't have any warp panels.
Yep. And that's cool. All right, we're almost running out of time, but we're going to take a look at the swim spas next. And, this has always been such a really cool item. And if you go to trade shows, which of course there aren't any of those, you always see a swim spa. Any dealer has a big swim spa, but this is a huge swim spa. I mean, the swim lanes are incredible. The wall of swim jets, if you notice, there's 5 of them and it creates a perfect layer. I know a lot about swim spas because I put them in for professional teams and sports teams, and this is just nuts. And then, of course, you've got a dual temp in this particular model. How long is this, Dave?
24.
Okay, so can you hear me down there? It's 24 feet. Yeah, so it's 24 feet.
So now I want to point out a few things
Sure.
here that makes us different.
Okay.
And it's stuff you wouldn't even really talk about usually because nobody teaches you about it. So, number one problem with swim spas and why you get swirlage, which means water that brings you from one side to the other side.
Mm-hmm.
That's the biggest problem. And one of the reasons we have that problem is, number one, the biggest reason, because one, we've got jets in the center and it's doing it. Second biggest reason is intakes. Look at where my intakes are.
Right, they're all the way in the back. So that actually helps. Create a positive direction.
It does. It actually takes the water flow into the
Right,
back.
right. It goes front to back, where if you had the
Everybody
intakes on the
else
sides.
is trying to get the pumps as close to
Mhm.
the swim jets as possible.
Yeah. So they put the intakes in the sides.
Right up here.
Yeah.
So
And-
guess what that's doing? It's taking your water, bringing it back this way, and it's creating swirling, and it's pulling you from this side to that side.
Right, and that's why you couldn't. Oh, this has that same pop-up jet feature.
Yep.
The waterfalls.
So
That's
the
awesome.
other big feature is the swim bar, which is a river current technology.
Right.
Now, how this works is we have this whole section. Now, when you're exercising, say you're on a treadmill.
Mm-hmm.
On a treadmill, you wouldn't walk toe to toe, would you?
Right.
Well, everybody else in swim spas is expecting you to walk toe to toe or stay in a line.
Mm-hmm.
And this is why they put 2 jets here and 2 jets down below. The 2 jets down below are to balance your body and lift it. And the two jets up top are for pushing you back so you can swim against the current. So what we do is we put one full river bar system that covers the entire deck, just like a treadmill. You're
Got it.
on the whole deck. So when you swim, the whole deck is acting as a swim zone.
Mm-hmm.
For body lift, we use current lift technology.
Oh,
It
wow.
actually is whirlpools that bring the body up for the slower swimmers that their whole back end goes down.
Huh. That is pretty
Now,
slick.
How do we accomplish equal pressure? Because that was the second biggest hard part about swim spas.
Right.
Equal pressure. Because what they do is they do jet pump, jet pump. Now, the problem with jet pump is I could have a pump that's 2 feet away from the other pump over here,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not even pressure.
Okay.
It's never going to be even pressure. Because the other pump's right here. It's closer. And the next thing you know, more pressure on one end than the other end, and that's what's going to push you this way and that way. The other thing is the line. That's hitting shoulder to shoulder. So when you take a stroke, your shoulder's up here, it's going like this. The shoulder's like this, you're going like this, right? So what we do here is cover that whole entire deck.
Wow.
And how do we do it? We use a cylindrical canister. It's about this round. I wish I could show it to you. It's about this round, about this long. And
Okay.
It's got 5 pieces of 2-inch plumbing coming up to each one of the jets. That canister builds up pressure when you turn the pump on, equally distributes it out to all 5 jets. The second pump turns on, more pressure, equally distributed out to all 5 jets. Third pump, fourth pump, and that's how
Got
it
it.
works.
All right.
So it's all equal pressure and the entire deck working at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So you never get unequal pressure.
Wow. Love the cabinets. I mean, this is just so cool. I mean, there's no gap. I mean, I'll pull it back a little. There's no gap at all.
Oh, there's no gaps.
Yeah. And then you got interior, exterior lighting. And then when we go back to when people were asking about point of purchase, I mean, this is, I got to stand back so you can see how big this banner is. And this would just be ideal to have on your showroom floor, where it goes over everything like the standard POP did on the that we just looked at, but it's angled to be more about the swim spa itself. And of course, I couldn't encourage people more to put one of these on their floor. If you're in a swim spa business, and you guys know who you are, I think you're going to find that this whole line offers you more. And I mean, you could retail this at a full margin for like $32,000, and that's nothing unreasonable for a dual temp like this that has all those features, including the color coded therapy we talked about, the big pop up waterfalls, lights everywhere. And by the way, just so everybody knows, and I think we covered this, all the digitals are all Balboa. So it's all name brand electronics, easy to work on. And most of the industry uses Balboa.
So,
and
also another thing to tell you about swim spas, I should have opened the cabinet. All steel framing inside.
Okay.
All 2 steel. So if you look at our palette, this is the same steel they use inside.
Okay.
But
good.
It's a different grade of it.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Fiberglass bottoms. You can set them on any type of surface.
Right.
Which means
That's important.
you can take a swim spa and put it on paver blocks.
Yep.
Nobody else does that. It's concrete only because they wood frame them.
Amazing.
The structural integrity is totally different on wood framing.
Okay, cool. All right.
Panel, that's 100 amps.
Mm-hmm. Wow. So, you've given, this is just an awesome line. And by the way, if we're also going to have this on YouTube. So yeah, we're going to put you on YouTube. So it'll just be a quick link for the dealers. And if anybody has any questions at all, you should reach out to your sales rep, and then you can always reach out to me, Mike Marton, and I'll give you my my email address. It's mjmarton. Turn it around. There I am. mjmarton at earthlink.net. That's mjmarton at earthlink, EARTHLINK.net. Or you can always call me at 509-727-6480, 509-727-6480. So thanks so much, everybody, and we look forward to working with you. So, Angela, I believe that's it.